I'd borrowed it from my housemate Pam, who had a variety of wide-brimmed straw summer hats. Sabrina had pooh-poohed it at first, because it was such a dramatic statement hat. But I had fire-engine red hair, so my argument was that the hat was actually better camouflage. She'd relented, and when she hadn't been looking, I'd added a pair of oversized sunglasses. "What time is he supposed to be here?" I asked. "The wife said the note she found said 8 p.m., which I know you know, because not only were you there when she said that, but you literally just said we were 20 minutes early, which we weren't. Do you think I have time to tunnel home and get a cushion?" Tunneling was the ghost version of transport. You simply thought about where you wanted to go, and then you appeared there. At least, that was how it worked after several years of practice. Most of the time. When you were learning, it felt like you were being dragged backward through the never-ending drum of a washing machine, like those spinning tubes you ran through at fun houses, but the unfun version. Once you managed to get the hang of it, it was a lot smoother. Mostly. I was 7 years dead, and, honestly, there were times I still had the washing machine experience. Not quite as often as I used to, but still more often than I'd have liked. She growled in my ear. "I swear, if you move—" "I'll be 2 seconds. "Yeah, and what happens when our hubby arrives and you're sitting there, staring into the ballroom in that decidedly not casual manner, on a cushion?" "He won't notice." "Of course he'll notice. If he's cheating, he's going to be suspicious of everyone." "I'm uncomfortable." "Yeah? Well, I've had a branch poking me in the boob for the past 15 minutes, but I'm not complaining, am I?" "You've been sitting there for 15 minutes with a branch poking you in the boob?" I asked. "That can't be healthy. I know we're dead, but still, you should move. Who knows what the consequences of that might be? You might develop a permanently dinted boob." "Yeah, because that's a thing." "How do you know? Have you been dead before?" "No. You have no idea what the consequences could be." "The consequences of being dead?" "No, of the branch to the boob." I frowned at a distant shrub that might or might not have contained Sabrina. "Are you being purposely obtuse?" "You're frowning at the wrong shrub." "Says you," I muttered. "And that's another thing about cheaters. If you're worried and suspicious of everyone while you're cheating, why cheat? Why not just break it off with the current victim you're dating and be free to destroy your mistress's life? I mean, it's not—" "Is that him?" I asked as a middle-aged man appeared in the centre of the ballroom. "I think that's him." "Yeah, it is." Sabrina sounded distracted. I assumed she was making a note of his arrival time. She documented everything on these stakeouts. It was equally impressive and thoroughly dull. "You know, that's another thing I don't understand about this rendezvous. Why would you arrange to meet out here, in this very wide-open and exposed place?" I said. "Surely if you wanted to cheat on your wife, you'd be a little furtive about it, just out of respect. You'd try to be a little discreet." "Maybe this was the woman's idea," Sabrina suggested. Her voice was muffled, so I assumed she was watching with the binoculars. "Maybe she wanted to meet out here." "Sure, and next you'll be saying maybe she doesn't know he's married." Sabrina sighed. "Bridge, come on." "Come on what?" "Please, please, not again." "Not again what?" "And can you at least try to hide the fact you're talking to someone?" I gestured to him with an open palm. The man's back is to me, and I clearly have earphones in. "And how many dead people do you know have earphones?" "Maybe he'll think I'm a livey. He has no way to tell." I watched the potentially cheating hubby wait patiently in the same spot. He didn't look around him like you would if you were waiting for someone. He shuffled on the spot.